Hi everyone, I hope you all. This is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into Cardano. Once again, thank you for your support. Big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, Cardano is slowly but surely making its way to these levels of resistance of this large falling wedge that it's broken out of. Okay, so you'll see it go to there, reject, there, reject, there, reject. That's how it works. Okay, so yesterday there was a lovely little bull flag that were formed here. Basically, you know, some kind of little bull flag. We broke up, resistance, support, and we start to break out. Now the technical target obviously was up to this level here, but we got rejected because Bitcoin decided to roll at that point. So Bitcoin is the anomaly at this point. You know, you've got these patterns and lovely breakouts, but if Bitcoin rolls, it's going to drag the market down with it. So we did lose a key level of support just there. Let me show you a little pattern. There's a couple of patterns here that's at play. This is the hourly time frame here for Cardano. Okay, so I'm going to teach you this so you can trade this yourself. Look, you got a little head and shoulders pattern just there. Do you see that? So you've got this sort of left shoulder, your head, and your right shoulder. You had a key level support and you lost the support. Do you see that? So that's called a head and shoulders pattern. It's a reversal pattern. So from there to there, you can see that once you lost support, you know, you came down, boom, and you met the technical target. You know, I think what was that? It was a little short of around about, not much, 1.99%, but you can see right now what you've done. You've not come down to this technical target here. I thought that if you start to lose this level of support, you would come down to this level of support, but you found a key level of support just there for Cardano, which is good, and in doing so you've created a lovely little sort of ascending triangle right there, and essentially some kind of double bottom pattern just there. Do you see that? So you've got that ascending triangle and you've broken a key level resistance right there. So you create a little technical target. Look, it's a little trade within itself from there to there, and you've come up obviously, but what you've done, you've created a larger ascending triangle which gives you another reversal pattern just here from there to there. So right now you've broken that, so you're back in a technical target to this high, but I can see another little pattern that's potentially starting to form. So yeah, you are in a technical target right now to this high, okay, but there's another little pattern that's starting to form just there. So potentially, you know, you could see Cardano come back up to around about 230 before you run into a low resistance and roll back, but you can see you're getting rejected just here. Now there's another little pattern that's forming, okay. You'll see loads of patterns on the hourly time frame, 15-minute, you know, those sort of time frames. You will see them. So right now, just here, you can see potentially what we're forming right there as an inverse head and shoulders. Now, if you do start to get rejected at this level of resistance just there, you've got this left shoulder, you've put in this head. Right now, if you start to get rejected there and start to come back down, and you hover around this trend line, you've got a lovely little breakout target here. Okay, let me show you. So you're in a technical target anyway to this high, but you're running into resistance. So right now, if you start to come up and break that just there, you could be looking at a beautiful little pump here around about $2.36. So just here is where you run into resistance. So if you do start to see it get rejected and put in a little bit of a right shoulder, you've got your inverse head and shoulders pattern, reversal pattern basically, that's forming, and you would be looking at a little pump here for Cardano to come up and break this local high just there. Okay, so it's moving slowly but surely in waveforms. It's doing none of that huge impulsive waves that it was doing when it broke out of the previous correction, but this is what you want to see. It's sort of coiling up and gearing up in these patterns, you know, up and down, range bound basically, consolidating, you know, and the more you zoom in, the more you'll see these sort of patterns playing out. So yeah, if we do start to break 228, you can see we're getting rejected off with that wick. If you do start to come back and put in a bit of a right shoulder, you would have a lovely little long up round there, about 3.27%. You know, providing you don't roll over here and lose this low, you are putting in a beautiful potential little pattern. You know, it is all a potential. I do like to do these little thought experiments. You know, you got a level of resistance just there, which you conform into, like your resistance. So that's your neckline. You got your left shoulder, your head. Right now, if you start to coil up over the next few hours, you know, and put in a right shoulder, and you don't come any lower than that, you know, lose that low, you could start to put this inverse and shoulders, which will give you a technical target at 236 breakout basically. So from here right now, you could be looking at further appreciation around about 3.92%. But with that, what you're doing, you're breaking a high. Okay, you're breaking this local high, providing you can get back above that wick. You are getting above the body of the candle, so that'd be good. And you're putting in an impulsive wave, and I would imagine from there to there, that impulsive wave takes you to that 247. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so you come down, you retrace that level there, and you can see that once you on that body just there, once you start on that wick, sorry, what we're doing on that wick, once you start to break that, boom, there you are, you're on the 1414. Look at that, boom. So yeah, it's confluence, you know, when you start to see these impulsive waves tying up. So yeah, the 1414 is your level of resistance, which I said to you, you know, you're moving slowly but surely, and you run into that level of resistance that you create for yourself in this falling wedge. Because like I said, if you look at any chart, when you break out of a falling wedge, you do usually come up to the resistance points in which you made the contacts in the wedge, and you do sort sort of reject at that point and come back, break out, reject, come back, breakout, basically. So yeah, it's slowly moving upstairs. Okay, and worst case scenario, like I said to you, you've got this upper level of support right now that you can see that Cardano is adhering to. So like I said to you yesterday, if you do start to roll out of here, this is a key level of support. Come to your charts, draw these trend lines, okay, because this will happen. These will come into play as a key level of support. So for me right now, you're doing everything you need to, providing you can break this level of resistance at 227. You're going to see a lovely little impulse wave up to the 236 and potentially continuation up to that level of resistance right there, around about 7.5%. You know, I don't necessarily think you're going to hit the 1618 because you've got a level of resistance there that I've shown you in the falling wedge right there. So you're potentially looking at coming up to the 1414 at $2.44, where you may potentially start to break out resistance, come back for support like you did here, retrace, key level support, breakout, continuation. The balls go up the stairs basically for Cardano. So yeah, worst case scenario, you roll over, lose this support at 221 right now. You know, come to your charts, draw these trend lines, and you'll see this come into play as a key level support as well. You know, you see upper still creating beautiful higher lows basically for Cardano moving forward. So yeah, that's basically Cardano. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong. But you can see just there what you're doing. You've made a high, you made a low, and right there you've made a higher low, and currently you're making a higher low. You start to come up right there and you're making a higher high. So look, you're basically moving up the stairs and you're putting in that whopping ascending triangle within these ranges. Look, you've got that range there, you have that level of resistance, and you come up again and you do something like that. You've got another whopping sort of ascending triangle. You know, it's all patterns within patterns, bullish continuation patterns basically. They are until they're not, so it's looking really bullish for continuation for me. Is Cardano. Take care everyone, back to you with another update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.